Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News Podcast. It's Friday, December 13th, 2025. Let's break down what moved the markets yesterday and set the stage for your investing day. U.S. markets closed mostly higher on Thursday. The S&P 500 ended up by 0.3%. The Dow Jones gained just under 0.25%, and the Nasdaq outperformed, rising nearly 0.5%. Tech stocks once again took the spotlight, but questions are swirling about the staying power of the AI rally. Coming up, Michael Burry weighs in on the so-called AI bubble, and the SEC quietly unlocks a major step for tokenized stocks. Plus, we look at sector rotation, Indian market momentum, and what's hot in Taiwan's chip industry. First up, famed Big Short investor Michael Burry says there's no reliable way to time or predict when the AI bubble could burst. In a new Substack post, Burry noted that despite signs of massive supply-side spending in AI hardware, think data center build-outs and GPU orders, it's unclear when, or even if, the bubble will pop. Nvidia, a central force in this rally, remains in focus, but Burry cautions against shorting overvalued tech names, given expensive put options and the risk AI has even more room to run. For investors, it's a warning. Choppy waters could be ahead, but guessing the top is a losing game. Turning to new tech frontiers, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission just gave an implicit green light for tokenized stocks. The depository trust company received a no-action letter to offer tokenized versions of hundreds of stocks, major ETFs, and U.S. treasuries on blockchains, starting next year. This could unlock greater efficiency, lower settlement times, and wider trading options, potentially transforming how securities are bought and sold. JP Morgan and BlackRock are already exploring this space. Expect institutional adoption of blockchain-based finance to pick up steam. Shifting gears to Asia, investors in Taiwan are still doubling down on AI-linked stocks, even with global warnings of a bubble. The benchmark TAX index is flirting with 30,000 points, and TSMC shares rose nearly 40% this year alone. Analysts say Taiwanese companies like TSMC are in a win-win, as global chip demand remains robust, but some warn that too much concentration in AI trades adds portfolio risk. For global investors, Taiwan remains in the sweet spot, but diversification is key. On the Indian markets, the Nifty index is surging toward an all-time high of 26,000, with analysts calling for continued bullish momentum into December. Metal stocks led the charge, with Hindustan Copper and Hindustan Zinc both up between 2 and 4%. Lower U.S. interest rates and a weaker dollar are fueling commodity bets. Metals and industrials could outperform in early 2026. If you're looking for sector rotation, keep an eye on cyclical sectors and infrastructure. Finally, in U.S. stock news, Everest Group, a major insurance player, underperformed the sector, falling over 10% year-to-date. The company's stock currently trades well below its January high, with Q3 results missing estimates and profit margins squeezed by higher underwriting costs. Most analysts remain cautiously optimistic long-term, but for now, financials, especially insurers, are facing headwinds while broader markets find firm ground. To recap, the S&P 500 closed at new highs, the Dow Jones and Nasdaq stayed in positive territory, and tech remains a key driver with both promise and risk. Look out for next week's Fed meeting, upcoming earnings, and more news on tokenization in traditional finance. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for your daily dose of market intelligence. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.